Wasn't that something? Joining me now is Dan Darby. So Dan, thanks for joining me. Dan, you are the show director for LightFair. Uh, how long have you been doing this role?
I've been at LightFair for 3 years, and I've been in trade shows for, as you can tell by the gray, close to 35 years.
So you've been with LightFair for 3 years, and 3 years, that would probably be, if I'm thinking and doing the math in my head, we're probably looking at around 2019 or so. Um, can I get your impressions, your thoughts on all the work that you guys had to do when the pandemic struck, and still trying to, navigate the show, try to put on a show. What was that experience like for you?
4 letters, PTSD. So I'll tell you, I worked for a trade show. Again, I've been in the industry for 35 years, and I worked for a show. It was the first top 100 trade show to stage after 9/11. And as you can imagine, it was 2 weeks after 9/11, and it was incredibly stressful for everyone. The pandemic was not as emotionally draining, but it was exhausting in a similar way, because we were everything we had to do had to go through not only federal regulations, but also state regulations, and also city regulations and recommendations from the CDC and the WHO. So we were constantly having to evolve and keep our exhibitors and our attendees informed and assure them that it would be a safe environment. We wouldn't have the event if it wasn't going to be a safe environment. So all that to be said, I'm very happy that we are post-pandemic now, and look forward to a great show in 2 weeks.
Well, kudos to you guys. I can't imagine it was easy these past few years. But now let's focus on the Light Fair that's coming up in a week and a half or so, June 19th to 23rd in Las Vegas. Tell me a little bit about the excitement that's building, the buzz that's building for this year's Light Fair.
In general, my excitement is having large booths again, more of the typical Light Fair experience. And after 3 years, that's been a long time waiting.
Oh, I can just imagine being able to fully stage a proper Light Fair, if you will, with big glamorous booths and just all the bells and whistles, and let's face it, lighting can be really sexy.
Yeah, well, and it can look really good, in right environments, and we're excited about where we're going to be in Las Vegas. The new West Hall is brand new. It actually opened just last June, so it'll have been open only a year. We're really excited for the industry to see this space.
Now, Dan, in keeping on the excitement theme, besides finally being able to get back and actually stage a proper Light Fair like before pandemic, can you point to any things that particularly excite you in this year's Light Fair?
Well, I'll say, if you haven't been to Light Fair recently, and 95% of our attendee audience has not been to Light Fair recently, they're really in for a treat. We in October last year in New York City, we introduced on-floor education, specifically in the design pavilion. We call it the Designery. It was very, very successful, and as a result, we're offering additional on-floor education. I think of most interest to your readers would be in the Smart Pavilion, where we have tech talks. And these are going to be informal conversations, no stage. It's really just soft seating, informal discussion, 20-minute presentation, and then Q&A. And I think your audience is really going to look forward to that.
So if I'm an industry professional, what am I getting out of attending Light Fair?
Well, I mean, aside obviously from the products that they'll see, if anyone just goes to lightfair.com and goes to exhibit list and then clicks on product categories, they'll see categories of interest: controls, emergency lighting, vandal resistance, building integration, transformers, alternative energy. These are some of the things that your readers are going to look for. And we've got exhibitors who are listed their profiles there, so they can make really smart, time efficient decisions before they get to the show on who they're going to look at. But the other thing about Light Fair, and every industry says they're a community. Every industry believes they're a family. And I have been in a lot of trade show industries. I will say the lighting industry really does seem to have that community and that family feel. And it's only at an industry leading show like LightFair that you can expect to see all the players, all your peers, and really make the most use of your time. That's really the benefit of LightFair, is seeing it all, doing it all in one place.
Now, Dan, a Light Fair is a very large show, maybe for the novice, not too easy to navigate. So, what's Light Fair doing to help attendees keep themselves organized on track so they can get the most out of the experience?
The best opportunity is to download our mobile app. It's available from either Google Play or the Apple's App Store. And you can sign up, create a show planner profile, and you can track all the sessions you want to attend, all of the exhibitors that you want to visit. And we actually have a promotion going on. It ends this Friday, June 9th, but any attendee who schedules at least 10 appointments with exhibitors, we're going to put their names into a drawing, and we will pick 10 attendees and we will cover their hotel at LightFair. The only caveat is they have to have already booked their hotel at one of our hotel block hotels. But by end of day Friday, if you've scheduled 10 appointments, we're going to enter your name and you may win free hotel stay at LightFair 2022.
Dan Darby, show director with LightFair, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me, tell me about some of your experiences with LightFair, and to talk about LightFair itself coming up in Las Vegas. Where did I put it? June 19th to 23rd. I do hope everyone tries to make it out there.
Thanks a lot, Anthony. It's great to talk to you, and I look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas.